Angelina Jolie is house hunting in London and has declared she cannot wait to leave Hollywood for good. This is no longer a fleeting rumor but a clear signal of a decisive shift in the life of a star, once considered the very symbol of the movie capital. The pressing question is, what has driven an A-list celebrity, once standing at the pinnacle of Hollywood glory, to want to abandon it at all costs? And is this departure merely a personal choice? Or does it also reflect a deeper crisis within an industry that is steadily losing its allure? At the age of 50, Angelina Jolie is no longer simply an actress. She is the mother of 6 children, a renowned humanitarian, a face that has graced the covers of hundreds of prestigious magazines, and an enduring icon of both beauty and talent. Yet it is this very woman who has now voiced her disillusionment with a place that once lifted her to the top. Her statement, "I'm only here because I'm forced to stay due to the divorce, but as soon as my children turn 18, I will leave," is not only born of personal fatigue, but also carries a broader message. Hollywood is no longer a safe haven, even for those it once exalted. To understand Jolie's choice, one must look back to the tumultuous years following her very public split from Brad Pitt in 2016. The world didn't just watch it as an ordinary divorce. It unfolded like an endless drama. Who was at fault? Who was right? Who would win custody of the children? Who would preserve their image in the eyes of the press? Nearly a decade later, that battle has yet to reach full closure. Imagine this. A woman, no matter how famous, is forced to endure grueling court hearings, relentless media scrutiny, and sensational headlines with every new twist. Her 6 children, the most important pieces of her life, became the very center of the dispute. Behind the spotlight, Angelina Jolie is simply a mother, struggling daily to shield her children from the press, while carrying the immense responsibility of raising them in an environment where every small act could be magnified beyond measure. It is not difficult to understand why Jolie said, "I'm only here because I'm forced to stay due to the divorce." For her, Hollywood has ceased to be a place of opportunity. It has become a cage, keeping her trapped until her children are old enough for her to break free. This is not a choice, it is endurance. Once a box office queen whose name alone could carry a blockbuster, Jolie now faces the irony of fame. The greater the success and wealth, the deeper the alienation in Los Angeles. The Cecil B. DeMille estate, a symbol of Hollywood power and history, is no longer a home, but a burden. That mansion, with its storied walls and multi-million-dollar value, cannot shelter a weary soul. Behind its towering gates, Jolie lives a cloistered life, cut off from the very city that was supposed to be her center. This is the tragedy of many stars. They may have everything, yet lack the one thing that matters most: peace of mind to live as ordinary human beings. Looking toward London, where close friends reside, where her children feel at ease, where cameras do not track her every step, Jolie has realized she needs a new foundation. Angelina Jolie is not only an actress, she is a single mother raising 6 children. That means every decision she makes revolves around one question: is this good for my children? Having endured a childhood marked by pain, from her parents, divorce to emotional distance, Jolie is deeply aware that family is the most essential foundation of all. Leaving Hollywood, in one sense, is not an act of escape but one of construction. Building a home, an environment where her children can grow without bearing the crushing weight of media scrutiny. London, with its different rhythm of life and a culture that values privacy more, may be the place where Jolie hopes her children can experience as normal a youth as possible. For a mother, a home is not an expensive property or external acclaim. A home is a space that protects, nurtures, and allows both her and her children to breathe freely. Thus, her act of house hunting in London is a clear affirmation. Jolie is placing her children's future above all else. Her swift move to look for property in London upon arriving to film, coupled with plans to sell the iconic Cecil B. DeMille mansion in Los Angeles, shows that Jolie no longer regards Hollywood as home. This is determination, not a passing whim. What's striking is that public reaction to this decision has been largely sympathetic. Fans of Angelina Jolie have witnessed her turbulent journey. A broken marriage, endless legal battles with Brad Pitt, the pressure of raising 6 children while maintaining a career. To them, Jolie's desire to leave forever is not a betrayal of Hollywood, but a pursuit of freedom, a deeply human freedom. In this light, Angelina becomes a mirror for millions of people, the yearning to leave behind a heavy past and start anew elsewhere. When audiences see a star daring to make such a choice, They find it both relatable and inspiring. In the eyes of many, Jolie is not just a talented actress, but also a symbol of the right to live life on one's own terms. Yet the story does not end with a personal decision. When a star like Angelina Jolie openly expresses her wish to leave Hollywood, it simultaneously exposes cracks within the system itself. For over a century, Hollywood has been seen as the unquestioned center of global cinema, the birthplace of dreams, icons, and myths. But today, it no longer holds the same spell. Power scandals, the #MeToo movement, the saturation of formulaic blockbusters, the rise of global streaming platforms, and the shifting tastes of younger audiences have steadily eroded Hollywood's dominance. When Jolie says she cannot wait to leave, her words resound like a warning bell. Is Hollywood entering a crisis of faith, not only with audiences, but also with the very faces that once embodied it? Jolie's choice of London as her new base is symbolic. London is not a second Hollywood. It is another cultural hub, one deeply European, contemplative, artistic, and less ostentatious. It is also where she has close friends, where her son Maddox once attended university, and where she can maintain an international lifestyle without being swallowed by the relentless noise of Los Angeles. The divorce lawsuit between Hollywood power couple Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie has drawn public and media attention for many years. Once considered the golden couple of the entertainment industry, thanks to their fame and equally successful careers, their marriage turned out to be far less idyllic than it appeared on the outside. After nearly a decade of dating, the two tied the knot in a secret ceremony in France in 2014, witnessed by their children and close family. However, just 2 years later, they announced their divorce and became embroiled in an 8-year-long battle over child custody and joint assets. Their divorce war grew increasingly complicated and sparked heated public debate. The legal dispute began in 2016, when the pair officially announced their separation. From that point on, their legal battle became one of the most high-profile divorce cases in the entertainment world. The lawsuit not only addressed the division of assets, but also raised contentious issues around child custody and family rights. According to People, tensions escalated when Jolie's legal team filed documents alleging that she had been physically abused by Pitt, even before the infamous altercation aboard their private jet. In addition, Jolie claimed that her ex-husband had pressured her to sign a non-disclosure agreement regarding past abuse allegations. She alleged that Pitt threatened to block the sale of her shares in their jointly owned winery unless she agreed to remain silent. Her lawyers also stated that Pitt had cut her out of the winery's business operations, denying her access to financial reports, reinvestment decisions, and profit distributions. At one point, Jolie agreed to sell her stake to Pitt for a negotiated price of $54.5 million. However, the deal collapsed because she refused to sign the non-disclosure agreement. Beyond the business disputes, both sides fiercely sought custody of their children, each presenting arguments to prove they were the more capable parent. This resulted in a prolonged legal battle that severely disrupted the lives of both actors and their children. In 2021, Jolie sold her entire 50% stake in the winery to a Russian billionaire for over $60 million. Pitt claimed he only learned about the sale through media reports. The Hollywood star also accused his ex-wife of deliberately sabotaging his business by secretly selling her shares, and subsequently filed a lawsuit against Jolie over the matter.